So hey students, welcome to NCERT Solutions by Vedantu, where we find solutions to all the problems which is given in your NCERT for all the chapters and all the subjects. This is Basavaraj, I'm your biology master teacher. Now in this channel where we solve all the questions of NCERT, I solve questions for biology. So we have a question. Today we have a question from the chapter. Let me change the color before that. Today we have a question from the chapter Human Reproduction. Let's quickly read the question and try to find the answer for it. The question goes like, what is menstrual cycle? First part of the question, which hormones regulate the menstrual cycle? Now first we'll try to understand what exactly is menstrual cycle first. Now first point, where does it happen? Right, where does it happen? The first point to answer to that is it occurs. The menstrual cycle is a reproductive cycle. First of all, let me just write it here. It is a, let me erase that. It is a reproductive cycle. It is a reproductive cycle. Very important to know. Reproductive cycle, because if the cycle did not exist, there would be no conceive of a baby. So very important cycle. It is a reproductive cycle which occurs in the primates. Which primates? The female. In the female primates. So this is a phenomena which occurs in the female primates. First important point. Second, what exactly is menstrual cycle? Menstrual cycle is a sequence of event. What is menstrual cycle? Menstrual cycle is a sequence of events. Sequence of events that begins with, once again, why is it going haywire? One second, let me just correct it. Change the pen. That begins with one menstruation, and ends with the next one. So that is, it is a sequence of events. So one menstruation starts, and then we have many stages, and finally the menstruation ends with again a menstruation. So what exactly happens in menstruation? So in order to understand what exactly happens in menstruation, you need to know the following stages. What are the different stages in menstruation? The first stage, I told you, it is a sequence of event. It is a sequence of events. So one after another event takes place, and which goes around a circle. So first event, the first phase is menstruation. The first is the menstruation, which is also a resultant of bleeding. So we can also call menstruation phase as a bleeding phase, where the bleeding takes place. Followed by we have the follicular phase. Now during the follicular phase, the follicle, the primary follicle, the secondary, tertiary, Graafian follicle starts to develop. All this development of the follicles is called as follicular phase. Then follicular phase is followed by the ovulation, which happens at the 14th day. Ovulation happens at the 14th day, also called as LH surge. The last and the final event here is the luteal phase. Where the endometrium becomes secretory. It produces secretions. That is the luteal phase. And all these different phases are controlled by different hormones. That's right. That's the second part of our question. What are the different hormones involved in the controlling of the menstruation? The first hormone is the development of follicles. I mentioned about follicular phase. So in follicular phase, there needs to be development of follicles, right? And the hormone which is responsible for the development of the follicles is follicular stimulating hormone, also known as FSH. Follicular stimulating hormone is the first hormone which has a role in the menstrual cycle. The second hormone is your luteinizing hormone, also called as LH. Luteinizing hormone plays a very important role in the production to make sure that the corpus luteum is maintained. The next hormone is estrogen. Now, when we spoke about the follicles, development of follicles, all these follicles will initiate the release of estrogen, which helps in building up the endometrium. Very important role. The role of estrogen is to build up the endometrium to make it ready for implantation. The fourth hormone which is responsible for the menstrual cycle is your progesterone. Is progesterone. Now progesterone role is very simple. Progesterone role is very simple. All it needs to do is maintain the endometrium, and progesterone is released by corpus luteum. Corpus luteum is maintained by LH. Clear? So hopefully you understood the concept. If you do not understand the concept of menstrual cycle, you can go watch my video on Vedantu NEET English, where I have explained beautifully the entire process of menstruation. Please go watch it. That is Vedantu NEET English. Basavaraj Sir, you can just type it. You can find the video live. It was a live session. You can go watch it. Or if you have any doubt, please comment down the doubt in today's video. I'll clarify the doubt personally. So if you are liking the content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you do not want to miss any of the content on this channel. Until